Hello guys, welcome to this video, and today we're here and today we're gonna be making a bow that have a predictability, alright? Ball. I'll just show you. Actually, I don't know how to explain it. But as you can see, I got some test dummies right here, which is basically me. And I'm gonna be using the bow which I have right here, and it's gonna be including the sounds. Alright, so I'm gonna be, look at that. Well, let me make you hear that. Boom, as you can see, it have the sounds, and then after that, if we release it, it should make another sound. As you can see, there's this ball popping up and the arrows is following it. Look at that. You see the arrows going, and then the arrows can damage the enemies. As you can see right here, get some testing as well. Alright, you can see the yellow. And I even included headshots as well, so that it can make it more realistic. So if you guys want this, then watch the entire video, right? Watch this full video to the end. Alright, so first of all, what we're gonna do is make a tool. Obviously, we need to make a tool and make it called a bow. Alright, I'll just rename it. Call a bow. Alright, make sure you get the bow. Obviously, we need to get the proper basics first. So yeah, bow, and then got the strings. I just stole this from Toolbox, to be fair, but yeah, you can make it yourself. All right, you don't need this actually. But what we definitely need is we need a remote event inside it called fire arrow, and a script and a local script inside it. All right, and this is all parts. It's useless, but make sure you get the handle. All right, make sure you get the handle. My handle is in the strings. All right, it's your choice. All right, but I just do it in strings. But inside it, make sure you have this stuff. All right, obviously make sure you weld all the parts, but make sure you have an attachment in it, because it's gonna be very important for how we're gonna aim, and yeah, just how we're gonna aim and where the prediction of the dot starts. Alright, so make sure you add that. I've added in the middle of the string. And I have two sounds right here called release and stretch. Here, I'll play the sounds. You can get it from Toolbox or you can make it yourself. Whatever, you can do it. Boom, that's my... And boom, that is my sounds. And then I put it all in handle so that it can make it more realistic, Anyways, that is not it. Not only that, but we're gonna need an arrow projectile. All right, I already got it in the workspace. As you can see, I got the arrow. Looks very fancy, I know that. All right. But yes, make sure you get the arrow, and then as you can see right here, you got all the mesh parts. It's all right, you can add all this, but make sure in the handle, obviously but make sure, actually we don't need to name this handle. I'll just name it like main. All right, because it's just main things. In the primary part, it's set it as main, alright, because it's gonna be very important. And another thing, if you want it to be like wait, give me a second, let me show you. So we don't want these arrows to be vertical, alright, we need it to be horizontal like this, alright, because if it's shooting, obviously a realistic bow will be like this, alright, just shooting up horizontally. So what you can do to fix that problem is that you can actually just go here, make sure you click the model, and then there should be no, don't click the model, I mean click the main, and then there should be right here, click the main, and then show indicator. As you can see, the main have to face upwards like this. If it's facing like down, give me a second, if it's facing like this, then that means that it's gonna be shooting vertically. All right, so I suggest you to make to check it, before you do anything else, because I have a previous mistake and it took me like 10 minutes just to figure it out. Anyways, after that, let me just hide that real quick. I already got them all. All right, obviously I already explained the arrows and the bows. So now what you're gonna do is obviously put the bow in the starter pack. All right, or you want to put it in the workspace, it's alright, but you obviously need to how do you say it? You have to touch the ball, obviously. But the arrows, make sure you put it in replicated storage, alright? Alright. By the way, this one's gonna be for the next video. So if you want to know how to for the damage indicator, then it's gonna be for the next video. So stay tuned for that, alright? But anyways, I put the arrow projectile in replicated storage, and obviously just mimicking the same thing. Obviously, I already said this, I think already last time, but put the primary part as handle and all of it will be good, alright? Alright, enough of all those gibberish. Let's actually start to code, alright? So actually no, not here. I'll just get this thing back to the starter pack real quick. As you can see, I have two scripts, the script and the local script. Make sure you made a local script first, because it's gonna be important one. It's gonna be a very important one. Anyways, now what we're gonna do here is that we're obviously gonna get the service, all this stuff, right? I know this is a very complicated one, so I'm not gonna bore you with all the explaining, and I'll just show you the most important ones, alright? As you can see here, this is the prediction pool. So this is all the calculation, all the creation of the dots, obviously, like the prediction of them. So obviously we need to get the get dot. We're just gonna be looping it into workspace, and after that we're gonna be making it, alright? Just create a new part and then customize it with all this, alright? You can customize it all you want, but this is my ball, so yeah, here it is. And obviously we're just gonna make some clear function, alright? Clear the dots. We're gonna be charging, because obviously because we're not just gonna be just shooting, not charging it, alright? And this one is gonna be important, alright? Because this is gonna be focusing on the camera, alright? Camera, and then to the cursor. As you can see right here, workspace.current camera, screen point to ray, and then to the X of the mouse and the Y, alright? And this one's also the most important step, alright? Because without this, you wouldn't know where the arrow's gonna shoot at, alright? So make a function drop the prediction with a parameter of power, because obviously we need power. And we're just gonna call the clear dot function. Gonna be checking if there is attachment, and then we're just gonna do all this gibberish and stuff, alright? I don't want to bore you with all this, alright? And then after that, whenever we start to hold it, alright, so when it's activated, then the charging will be equals to true. And then this one, the stretch sound will be played, alright? And then, yeah, just some gibberish stuff. Make sure you just copy all this, alright? Kinda tasty. But then after that, when it's released, the charging obviously will be false. It will clear all the dots, and the release sound will play. Yeah, will play. And then after that, I'll just calculate all the power, check if there's attachment. If there is none, then we just get all this stuff, alright? And we're gonna be getting the remote, alright? The remote is from the fire arrow, as you can see right here. So make sure you fire it, and then after that, when it's unequipped, we can just make it false and clear the dots. Anyways, that's for the local script, and this is gonna be for the script, alright? This is equally more complicated. This is actually more complicated. So yeah, as I said, I'll just not bore you with stuff. Alright, so what we're gonna need first is we're just gonna need the run service, the Breel replicated, all this stuff, alright? Then after that, we get the base speed, the extra speed, arrow lifetime, we get the step, all this stuff, alright? You can obviously change it your style, but I like it to be this, alright? So now what we have here is the raycast, as you can see right here. We're just gonna be ignoring all the waters, true. Then after that, we're gonna simulate the arrow. Whew. Alright, just gonna be checking if there is the arrow model primary part, which is why it's very important to get this primary part, alright? Anyways, we're just gonna be getting all this. We're gonna be getting the velocity, which is equals to initial, which we already got from this parameter, alright? Etc, etc, alright? All this. Then after that, this one is also kind of important, because obviously there will be there will be like, I have this test dummies, right? And as you can see, it's covered by accessories, glasses, my mask, the red mask. So obviously it's gonna be an advantage for them because they wouldn't get a headshot. So obviously there will be, so it's gonna be very tough for you know, to get headshots because of accessories blocking it, which is why we're gonna be ignoring the shooter's character and ignoring the accessories. All right, the owner character I meant. Not the shooters. Yeah, shooter's whole character. I'm actually kind of dumb. What the hell? Anyways, we're just gonna be checking all this. If alive is, we're just gonna be getting the variables. Alive equals to true, ACC equals to 0, lifetime equals to 0, all this stuff. Make sure you get the connection, all the error model. This is gonna be good for performance and optimization, which is why I like it to be like this. Then after that, we're just gonna be calculating. We're gonna be applying gravity. So a velocity plus gravity, velocity equals to velocity plus gravity vector and multiplied by step. And then you can see all this current position. We need the new position as well. Then this one, obviously this is important because it's gonna be our raycast. So we're gonna be calling the function again with all our current stuff here. And if it's hit, then we're just gonna do all this, all right? Getting the damage. Make sure it's not our character, all right? Because that would be embarrassing. But yeah, all this stuff. All right, there we go. Got the headshot. And then after that, if it's headshot, as I said here, obviously we're gonna get the head part first. Head part.name equals to head because that's what we're gonna be aiming at. Then the damage could be multiplied by 2, all right? As you can see right here. You can change if you want, all right? Anyways, ignore this one as well because obviously it's for the next video and I have a whole client script about it. So yeah, you can stay tuned for that. Anyways, this is also another one. This is optional hit effect. You can actually see it, all right? Let me show you. It's a very small one, but you can see it. Oh, whoa, wait, give me a second. Whoa. I have an error because I comment this out. Can see right there, it produces the yellow thing. Let me just do it on the floor. As you can see, it's yellow. If it's headshot, it would be red, or it could be yellow if it's not. All right. So headshot, it just gives red. It just gives a good detection, all right, because it's another way to give a good hit effect. You know, you can also change this to an arrow, but I'm too lazy to do that. To be fair, to be honest. But yeah. As you can see here, we're gonna be spawning the small mark as we already did last time, as you literally saw last time. So yeah, and then just gonna move the arrow real quick, all right? Obviously we need to move the arrow, so we're just gonna be calculating all this stuff, the lifetime, the step, and if it's more, then we're just gonna destroy it. Sounds so dramatic. But then after that, this is also for safety. Alright, so I just get the arrow lifetime plus 0.5, then function. Then if it is, then I'll destroy it. Then this one, we're actually gonna call the... Wait, give me a second. We're just gonna call the fire arrow now. Alright, so we're just gonna get all this parameter. A lot, actually. There's a lot. Then we're just gonna be doing all this stuff, which I'm kind of lazy to do. Lazy to say. And then after that, we got the arrow model, all this stuff, pivot, the arrow model will pivot to the original C-frame, and then it will parent to the workspace to make it all visible. Then after that, it will simulate an error, and that's it, all right? Oh my god, there's so much here, all right? As I said, I'm gonna be doing the hit detector next video, so if you want, stay tuned. I think I already said it 3 times already. But yes, here I'll show you the end product again. As you can see here, whenever I hold it, it will play a sound. Let me show you again. Boom. Make the sound, and then this dot should appear. Boom. Alright, and then when I shoot it, it should be cleared. and then as you can see, it should be damage, and then when it's headshot, boom, it does more damage. And I think I didn't say this yet, but if you charge up, it will do more damage. All right, you can obviously change it if you want to make it just custom. Like even if you charge up, you only get like the same amount of damage as you do with like just spamming like this. But I made a system, but I made it where if you hold it, you will do more damage. As you can see, it's kind of random. Let me show you. As you can see, it's just kind of lame, 10 damage, but then when I hold it, 22, as you can see right there. So I just made the power 2B and then multiplied the amount of damage I want the default to be. And then I also add that with the headshot as well. So as you can see, if it's headshotted, boom, literally one shot. Holy crap. We did a lot. All right, we made the bow, we made the prediction, we made all the calculations and stuff, and the end product, we just made a great bow. All right, make a great system. Instead of just, you know, just keep clicking it and the arrows will appear, we made a charging system, and we made it to function well and made the arrow release. If you want to add animations into it, you can actually do it, but yeah, you'll obviously need some basic Lua knowledge for that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys found this tutorial helpful, and I'll see you all guys in the next video. Peace out.